if you're a Sagittarius born November 22nd to December 21st, what can you expect for the month of June 2016? Let's tune in and find out. So Sages, there's just like so much happiness. Like I just feel a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of fulfillment. So for some of you, there's been some really amazing milestones that are happening for you or for the people that you love. And whether that means that, you know, your child got accepted in the school that they wanted to get in, or you just became a new grandparent, or you just became a parent, or you just got engaged, or you know or you just bought your first house, or you got your first job, or you got your first paycheck. It's like it's milestone energy and success. So I'm just feeling this real success and awareness around gratitude and just feeling really grateful. So Sages, for some of you, we can have those moments and we forget to really pay attention to them or take them in because we're right on to the next thing. So this month is really about, if it feels like you're really going to have extra time and energy to really enjoy the good things in life, to really have that sense of fulfillment carry you through the happiness. So this milestone is something that's really giving you a lot of juice, and it's going to carry you through the summer or through the winter, right? For those of you in the Southern Hemisphere. So let's look now at your romantic relationships. For those of you that are in a committed romantic relationship, what you can expect for the month of June. Again, we have more of an ease, more of an understanding. There's just a lightheartedness. There's just even the things where you miscommunicate, because there are going to be some kind of crazy miscommunications that are happening in the month of June for all the signs. But when it happens in your relationship, there's going to be more of like a like it's not going to be so intense and like da, 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 da. It's going to be more like laughter, like, oh my God, I didn't hear you say that at all. I thought you meant XYZ. So it's really much more lighthearted. Even when the communication goes wrong in your relationship, it's just freer, it's easier, it's more fun. So you guys don't make it as big a deal, which is really nice. Now, for those of you that are looking for love, Sagittarius, what can you expect for the month? So you guys can really create, you can create life in a way that you want it. And I feel like you're going to be pursued. Like I'm seeing you having sort of fun, like running forward and then stopping so you can get caught. So I feel like there's somebody who's pursuing you or who will be pursuing you that you're really going to enjoy getting caught by. And there's just this really playful energy without a lot of drama around it. It's really free and it's really easy. The mistake can come in when we start to assume, things. So this is where we're talking about some miscommunication, which could lead to some embarrassment, where you interpreted them saying XYZ to mean something maybe a little more, sexually explicit than what they meant. And so there can be some miscommunication about, when you thought somebody was saying, coming on to you when they really weren't, right? So you want to just be aware that this month, you don't want to be embarrassed about that. You want to just be aware that, now, are you saying what I think you're saying to me? Are you saying da 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 da? Right? So repeat it. It'll be worth it, because if you don't, then there may be some, I would let it go, right? Because there's going to be some miscommunication, and that's how it can show up for some of you in terms of new relationships. So it's best that you, if you're going to pursue somebody, that you do it directly and that you say what's on your mind. You say what you want, you speak your truth in a really loving, fun, healthy manner. And if you do that, you'll get clarity. Maybe, because they're just showing me this confusion. If no, they're not getting it, just kind of let it go. Have fun. It's a really fun month, guys. So I don't want to make anything be too big or too heavy, because it's not meant to be. You're just being asked to let everything roll off your back, and then you can create some really great love and great romantic love for yourself this month if you want it. All right, so let's move on to career and money for Sagittarius for the month. So some of you have written some big checks. And of course, this goes with the big opportunities that come in. If you just bought a house, you wrote a check. If you just had a baby, you wrote a check. If you just had a wedding, you wrote a check, right? So I feel like maybe you just laid out a large sum of cash, but I don't feel upset about it at all, because I really feel like there's this opening that's going to happen in the middle of June that's going to shine on all your affairs, and it's just going to open up, and it's going to get bigger and brighter. So whatever you're working on in your career or around money, the trajectory is going to get wider, which means you'll be able to collect more money. You'll have more money coming in. The opportunities are going to get stronger and better. So it's going to be a much more fulfilling month as we move forward. June is going to be more lighthearted and more fun. July is where money comes in. So it feels more like I'm not all that upset. I'm moving in the right direction. I've paid some big money out, or have to pay, maybe some of you it's taxes, maybe some of you it's fines, it's these different things, but it's like not a big deal because you've got more coming in, and there's more opportunity that you haven't even seen yet that's going to show up next month or the end of this month and next month and beyond. Okay, let's look at your health. For some of you, there may be some sinus issues, reoccurring sinus issues that have come back, or allergies. Now, I'm also like underneath my eyes here. So the eyes, the nose, kind of like the face area. So you may be dealing with some allergies sort of things. The other thing that's coming up is my low back. I'm also getting some low back pain. So sometimes the low back pain can come from financial matters, like when you're feeling drained or pressured, or you have to write that big check like we just talked about. Low back pain can sometimes be tied to financial challenges or having to pay debt. Here's the good news, is the middle of the month, towards the end of the month, the last 2 weeks of June, a lot of information available for you about why things have happened, about why you have what you have going on in your life, what the physical ailment may be, where it originated from, or the root, or how to fix it, more importantly. So I have the hiccups now. A lot of information for those of you that had health hiccups, how to correct them, and what exactly it is. So any mystery illnesses, all of that can be brought to light towards the last 2 weeks of the month. See if there's anything unexpected for you for the month, Sages. Yeah, you may find yourself handling more details, things that you normally don't like to do. So there's two big energies that are really at play this month. One is Neptune, which has to do with expansion, erasing boundaries, really kind of like we are all one. It's kind of like that, it's just kind of like the ocean energy, just ebbing and flowing and expanding, right? And then we have the exact opposite energy, which is has to do with Saturn. And Saturn is the taskmaster. And it's like, focus, 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 goal setting. This is my career. Time is money. It's this, rat-a-tat-tat, get this done. So I feel like, Sagittarius, you guys are so much more Neptune energy, right? Free flowing. And so you're not going to like this Saturn going, get this done, do it now, hurry up, right? Time is of the essence. The weather's changing, for those of you that work outdoors, or, you're farmers, or you've got to get those crops in, or you have to do this, or you have to, there's all this kind of like time sensitive stuff that's happening, right? Or you've got deadlines. So there's all these things that are forcing you to put your nose to the grindstone, and you just want to enjoy the beautiful day. So this is the dichotomy of June. So just be present. I think that's the way to kind of like heal it all, is when you're just present to when it's time to play, and then pull yourself back. When it's time to go to work, really go to work. And Saturn can help you do that, as well as Uranus, right? Not Uranus, but I'm sorry, Neptune is going to be able to help all these things open up. Now, Uranus came up because that has to do with unexpected things. So let me see what's in the store unexpectedly for Saturn, if there's anything else other than we talked about. Yeah, I think some of you may think you may have some big things in June going on, and you may think, God, I'm not going to have a very, very productive month because I've got this going, I've got this travel, I've got that thing happening. you may be surprised that you could actually get a lot done this month, more than you had thought possible. So be willing to be wrong that you're not going to get anything done or as much as you want to get done this month. And I think if you set your sights on, that's what I need to do, and then just kind of like let it go, it's as you move towards it, as you put in, just stay focused every day on what has to happen. You're going to get there. So, and just remember that July, even more so, has more the dynamics around work for you to really get things done. All right, Sagittarius, it feels like it's this really great, incredible month. I do want to mention two things, that the full moon is on June 20th, and that has to do with it's the second full moon in Sagittarius. And also that same day is the summer solstice. So it's the first day of summer, which is also the longest day of the year for us in the Northern Hemisphere. And in the Southern Hemisphere, it is the first day of winter, the shortest day of the year. So what that means is there's a lot of energy coming in on that particular day for us to feel fulfilled, to be able to receive this energy and to be able to put it, inject it into our life, and lots of things coming in, lots of fruition. That's what a full moon is. It brings everything to fruition. So something that you've been working on or looking for, you'd expect that to kind of come in around that time. And there's also a lot of community parties, have fun, like connecting with people that you love and you care about. So look towards around that 20th, that 24th weekend, to have this real abundance of fun and joy and playful energy with people that you love and you care about. So what a great month, everybody. At the end of the month, one final thing, we have Mars is going direct. June 29th, and Mars is the planet of action. So it's like all of a sudden the wind changes at your back and moves you forward. So you're going to find yourself having more energy and things just starting to come back together, refocusing for you in a new way, and you're going to see that energy expand over the next 2 months. All right, everybody, have an amazing month. I hope you liked my intuitive astrology, and if you do, please share it with your friends and click like, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month.